All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another edition of the Quality Sports Pie. It's game four, y'all. It's game four. I'm still on the bench with my boy Luca. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't playing tonight. You know, we spectating. My second half of Good If It Goes betting, aka Quality Bets, Shayne, aka the Al Horford stand in the building. What up, Shayne?
What's good?
And then my second half of goddamn Good If It Goes Jam, aka Good If It Goes Jam, my boy so icy boy DJ. What's the word?
What's up, bro? Chilling.
So I'm gonna go straight to you, DJ. So all three of us, we all predicted Boston would not only win but cover. So applause. I think we did a really good job last time, fellas. It was cool coming with a consensus. And hell, Schwab even hit his over bet. So we all look good. We all sounded good, guys. DJ, who taking it tonight, man? The line right now is Boston -4 at home. What you got for us today?
Man, like this is tough. Like I was so sure about game three, like game four, I really don't know. I picked Golden State in seven. And so no, I think I said six, but I saw like game one and then I was like Golden State in seven. I thought that they home court was going to be really good for them. Boston is known to like drop an egg like at these like times where we think like, all right, they about to just like take off. Um, and you said the line is what? But
Boston -4 right now.
Boston -4. Oh, man, um, I don't know, man. I say Golden State like pull it out. It'll be a close game. I ain't really too confident in it, but I say that for the sake of me thinking that Golden State is gonna win the series. So I say Golden State like in a close game.
Okay. Shane, I know you got some action tonight, but before we get into your bet tonight, what do you think gonna happen? You had Boston, you had them covering last game, just like we all did last night game. You got jobbed by half a point, so we'll get to that next. But other than that, you were pretty spot on, I think, by what you thought. So tell me what you think about tonight's game in Boston.
Yeah, look, I mean, um, I think the line is probably fair. Last game they were 3.5, then the market adjusted a half point up. Okay, like I'm fine with that. For somebody in my position with Boston for the series at +140, I don't really have a reason to get involved tonight. I think the line is fair. Obviously, I'll be pulling for Boston to get the win, and I think they will. I mean, I just don't really see any reason to pick Golden State other than the narrative is okay. Well, back against the wall now. Golden State needs this win. They can't go down 3-1. Okay, Boston's a better team. I said that before the series, and the way it's played out, I have no reason to back off of that. Steph is kind of like he's on his own out there. You get a little from Clay. Clay was better last game, but Draymond's been horrible. We know that. And Boston defensively has bothered them like we thought they would. You're not going to shut Steph Curry down. We knew that. That's just not happening. He's going to get his. But if you can make it difficult and you can make it, their perimeter defense just so much harder on some of these other guys that Golden State throws out there. I don't, these first couple games, obviously, throw out game 2 when Golden State blew them out in the second half. Boston's a better team. I don't know if people have accepted that fully yet because nobody was really ready to kind of say that before the series. But to me, I think Boston wins tonight. I'm not in a rush to lay 4. That's still 2 possessions. It's not a number I'm running to lay, but I think Boston wins tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if Boston wins the next 2. And I'll even go further. Like even if Boston were to lose tonight, I'm fine with how I feel about Boston for the series at +140. I mean, I think even if you give home, if Boston loses tonight, then the home court swings back to Golden State. I still think I like Boston's chances to get 2 out of 3, but I don't even think it's going to come tonight. I think they win tonight, game 5 maybe, and if they don't win Game 5, they'll definitely close it out in 6. That's what I said before the series. That's where I'm at now. I don't see this thing going 7 at all. Not happening.
Yeah. So I'll say my pick for the game, because that's what my pick is for the night. So I say until we get to our bets. Definitely, I know one thing I will say is I said that I didn't believe in Boston, but if they were going to win this series, they're going to win in 6. I said it on the pod. But my prediction, my real prediction was Warriors in 7, because I do believe Boston has the better team. But Golden State, they've been there. They've been there. And that shit does matter. Them intangibles, they do come into play at some point. You had a Boston team that just kept getting so close. Eastern Conference Finals, getting so close. Nobody really picked them out of the East. Like, they were probably beginning of the year, 3rd, 4th, 5th, maybe, just depending on who it was. Sixers, you had Brooklyn when they had Harden still. You had the Bucks, of course. Miami, if you like Miami, so it's just all, it's up to, we just got to see it, man. Gameplay between the lines. So, Shane, I know you had a bet tonight.
Well, I will. I want to add too. If let's say in your position, because I know you're on the Warriors money line. If you do like Golden State, I wouldn't take the 4. I would just bet the money line.
That's what I think too.
Right. I think 4 is kind of a tricky number. I mean, I would be much more if you're in favor of the Golden State side tonight. Even if you want to take the 4. Add some money line too, because you can shop around for some good prices right now. You can find plus 140s ish, and maybe even a little better. So that's a decent price if you like Golden State.
I don't know. I can't recall the last time Golden State was plus money and it was that high. Definitely not in the finals, but just not in the playoffs. Period. So this and maybe I haven't paid attention. I might have missed, but so. But yeah, Shane, we're going to get into your vote. We have a saying around here at Qwality Sports, a little different than Good If It Goes podcast, which is Quan, show their ass the graphic. So we got a bet from Shane. Quan's going to show y'all ass the graphic. And then, Shane, I want you to talk us through your bet. There it is right there, Jalen Brown under 24.5 points. At minus 110. Y'all might recall I gave y'all Jalen Brown over 23.5 last game, and that hit after his first basket in the 3rd quarter. He had 22 in the first half. So we was in the money. Hopefully y'all sided with us. Shane, I want to hear your reasoning. DJ, tell me what you think afterwards.
Yeah, look, this is just a little bit of a gut feel, I guess you could say. Shout out to anybody that got Jalen Brown MVP before the series, because there were some really good prices out there. He's down to like plus 300. Tatum's the favorite right now, like plus 110. But I think like Brown is around like anywhere from between plus 300, plus 350. So that if you bet that before the series, that was a great bet. It's just a little bit of a gut feel. I think he'll come back down a little bit. Maybe this will be more of a Tatum game. I think Golden State will adjust to not let Brown kind of get his last game like he did last game. He was outstanding, man. Everybody, you think of Boston, you think, Tatum's the best player. We know that, but man, Jalen Brown is not that far behind. Like, that's a really, really good two-way player. And I don't know. It's just a gut feel. I think Golden State adjusts and just doesn't let him get off like they did again. 24.5 is a little high to me. So I'm gonna look under there.
Okay. DJ, what you think about that? If you were betting it, what side would you be on?
Like, this one is tough because of everything that Shane said. I feel like Jalen Brown can easily go for 25, but then also I feel like sometimes he does go like missing like in half. So like the first half he had 22, the second half he had 7. So I do feel like the first quarter is going to be able to tell me everything that I need to know as far as like what Jalen Brown are we going to get. And he is probably like my favorite player, like on Boston, because I don't really like nothing about the city or the team or nothing. So Jalen Brown is probably like my favorite player on that team. And so in this game, I agree with Shane. He might have like 22, 20, 23, and maybe Tatum taking more shots. Maybe Udoka telling him to get more aggressive earlier, and then that kind of takes Jalen Brown out his rhythm until he get more touches like later on in the game. So I would agree with Shane. I'll go under here.
Yeah, 24 and a half, it's just a big number. I'm just playing the number here. Like he could have a great game and still have 18, 19 points. Like a lot of what he had, like DJ said, like he came out in the first quarter on fire. And then, in the second half, obviously didn't score as much. So I don't know. It's just, to me, this is you're getting some value on the under kind of simply based on the great game that he had last time. I don't know if he can replicate that, at least from a points perspective.
I mean, but what does he average though? Like in the playoffs, I think he can though. Like I don't think 24 and a half is like that big of a number. I think it's the perfect number to get people to go in on it because like I can easily see him having 20, like 25. Because as you said, I feel like he's just as good as Tatum. Like he probably like a notch under, but he's not that far off. So I could see him having, a pretty like decent game, and then he can get 25. And I haven't seen Golden State be able to put somebody in front of him that's going to like stop him. And so, because Draymond Green normally or Wiggins or whoever they start on Tatum, and then um Draymond Green might be guarding whoever the big is, and then Wiggins haven't really played with enough like energy and like effort yet. And so he been just going past guys who normally like you wouldn't just see them, him just be able to blow past guys. So like I don't see that as as too big of a number. It's the right betting number, like for them to be like, yeah, like we're going to get a bunch of people. Like it's the perfect number because I can see him going for 25. I can also see him going for, like you said, 18, 19, 20, and then the game still be like a really good game, like a 28 and 8 game, and it's just as good. And so, but I can see him going for like another 20, 25, especially because of how Golden State been playing them too. Like I don't know what they doing as far as like the on ball outside of the 3-point line guarding guys. Like it hasn't really been the best.
Well, so Jalen Brown, he averaged 22.9 a night, so 23 a night. I was on his over game 3 because if y'all look at Jalen Brown and what he did in game 3s this year, he been out of his mind. And that trend definitely continued this past game. So I'm gonna lean under with you then, Shane. I'm gonna lean under with you. And like you said, he can have 18, 19 and still have a good game. He also averaging 7 rebounds and then 3.5 assists. And shout out to Coley, my boy Coley. He put it on Twitter today. Like at some point, we're gonna talk about how well Jalen Brown has rebounded because he's averaging like I think 7 rebounds a game or 8 rebounds a game in the finals. He's like at some point we're gonna talk about this entire playoffs how well he's rebounded. That's like been an underlying thing for him.
Yeah, a lot of the talk. It was not even that long ago. A lot of the talking heads were saying how, you had to trade one of them. Brown and Tatum can't play together. You got to get rid of one of them. Well, how's that working out? I mean, it's laughable. I mean, that's a tough tandem right there. And they're still young. I mean, they're just entering their primes.
That was a team that was under 500 in January. That's the NBA for you, though, man. You never know in the NBA. Like you had them years when we saw it every damn year. Golden State Cavs for 4 years straight. But other than that, like you never know. So I got one bet tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna lean on that Jalen Brown. Oh yeah, Shane, you got another one.
All right, well I'll make this quick. Look, Al Horford's my boy. I got him. I'm sitting on 100-1 MVP ticket after that 26 ball he put up in game 1 and went down to 12-1, and then he put up a whopping 2 points in game 2. All right, I forgive him for that. Game 3, I bet is over 11.5. Scores 7 in the first quarter. Misses 2 free throws. Finishes with 11 points. So I'm going back to the well here. I'm going back to the drawing board. The bookmakers gave me a little half point adjustment to reel me back in on a Horford over, and that's what I'm taking. So I got Al Horford 10.5 points. He's going to finish with 11 tonight.
Go Al. Hashtag go Al. DJ, what you think about that?
I like that's going to be a good bet. Like I think he not scoring no more than 11. I think he gonna just barely get like 11 like later on in the game because like Shayne said, like in that first quarter, I was like, oh well, Shayne gonna cash this like over. He got 7 points. He need a couple more buckets. It's a long way to go to the game over, and then he was going to the hole, passing up shots, not really being aggressive. Like he just like kind of like turned it off. But I think he gonna get like 11 and then just be done for the rest of the day. And they playing they playing at home, so the road guys gonna get they like extra juice. So like yeah, I think he gonna get 11.
Okay.
Yeah, and if my theory of, they're gonna the Warriors defense is really gonna obviously try to key in more on Jalen Brown now, then if that theory is correct, then that would mean probably more looks for Horford. So
yeah, well, Al averaging 12.9 points per game in the playoffs. And hell, what he had the first game? Like 26, and then 2. So that's an average of 14 a night. And then you add the 11-point game in between the 3 games. Quick maths. Shout out to Quan. Shout out to Big Shaq, the real Big Shaq, not Big Shaq. That about 12 points a game. So I think he's going to go under again. So I'm going to fade you, Shayne.
All right, fade me. That's
we hardly disagree, but hashtag fade.
Right,
Shayne the Mush is back.
We got a question, Mike. Throw that question up on the board because I got an answer immediately. The question is there any value in betting NBA Finals MVP props right now? You have Tatum at plus 115, Steph at plus 200, Brown at plus 350. The answer to that is no, there is not. Absolutely not. Would I ever recommend at this point in the series at these numbers betting any of those guys for MVP? First of all, let's just go to the Steph side. Okay, you see Steph plus 200. You can find the Warriors at I think you can find the Warriors series at close to plus 200 itself. Maybe a little less. I think maybe like 180, 190. So and yes, conventional wisdom says if Golden State ends up winning this series, highly likely that Steph would still win MVP, right? It's still a terrible bet because if you think there's value in Steph at plus 200, then I can guarantee you that there's value on the Warriors for the series. Why would you put it at any risk? That we know the only way Steph could win MVP is if Golden State wins the series. So betting Steph at plus 200 is just a bad idea. And same thing with Tatum and Brown. There's just no value there. Brown at plus 350, not now. I mean, if any time to bet Brown was before last game when he was still over 10-1. I mean, when it comes down like that so much, you're just playing into the bookmaker's hands by betting bad numbers. So no, the answer to that question is, and I know these books, like they post these numbers right at the front page of of all these sites, right next to they're right there. Every single betting site you go on.
Especially
right
PointsBet. PointsBet, like they get 15 names. You can
because they're predators and they're trying to suck you into betting bad numbers, and people are going to do it. Do not do it.
You can bet Gary Payton 2 damn near for Finals MVP right now on PointsBet. They give him money.
Yeah, the time to make those bets was before the series or maybe after a game or two. Not now. It's over.
All right. Oh, I'm going in and out. All right. Well, I got a bet tonight. Quan, show us the graphic. It's Golden State, baby. Money line. Put your money on Golden State tonight. I don't see the Warriors going down 3-1. Steph let people know like who he is that third quarter. Like this man was playing with 4 fouls, y'all. And Kerr left him in. He had 4 fouls with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
We should really see that more in college and the NBA, letting your star player play through fouls.
Yeah.
Play through foul trouble.
And
He's not going to do any good on the bench.
Steve Kerr played for Phil Jackson. We play through that shit. We don't call timeouts, and we don't take our best players out. Y'all ass either going to foul out, and you're going to lose because of it, or you're going to play and you're going to win. So that's kind of like where I'm at with that. I don't see them going down 3-1. Again, this is me just leaning on the intangibles. So this is me leaning on, a core 3 guys that have been there already. Draymond has been talking big shit on his podcast and post game stuff, and he's been more of a clown than usual. But then we saw Klay too. And Shane, you talked about it, like when we gonna see the Klay Thompson game. I don't think that was the Klay Thompson game, and Klay played damn good. But Klay is averaging like 19, 20 points through these playoffs, and Klay's career average is 19 points in the playoffs. So it's like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what more do you want? We need some other guys to step up. We could use a good game from Loney, show up. Like, show up, I think it's guys like, Gary Payton too. He seemed like he was starting out to have a pretty good game at the beginning. Then they have him out of rotation.
He's playing hurt too.
And he's playing hurt.
He's not even close to 100%.
Like, is Iguodala in? Because Iguodala is that's a huge loss. Like, I don't care how old he is. That's somebody that's been there, and he gonna do his role. He gonna play his role. Looking at guys like Bielisa, I thought Bielisa was one of the best pickups the Warriors had made in this whole like Warriors era, because they got a big man that can actually stretch the floor now, and Kerr puts him in the spot minutes, and it's no like real rotational rhythm. So I don't know how Kerr's rotations are gonna go tonight. If Jordan Poole gonna get it in, he got to get it in early and often. He's not the guy that comes in when your team is down. Like, I don't look at him as a spark off the bench. I look at him as the type of guy that your team is rolling, he gonna keep y'all rolling. But if your team is down 13, 15, and you bring him in the second quarter, he not the guy to just bring y'all back. That's Steph Curry. That's what Steph Curry's job is. All in all, though, I just think that, the lights might be too bright for Boston tonight. And that's why I'm on both of those unders. So I'm on that Jalen Brown under. I'm on that Al Horford under. And I just don't feel like – I don't think you're going to get 20 points from – you're not going to get 20 from Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, and Jason Tatum again tonight. That's not going to happen, right? But I could see Curry and Thompson both going for what they went for, 31 and 25. I can see that happening again, easily.
They're going to need it.
State got to step up. So that's why I'm going to go to State money line, guys. I want y'all thoughts.
I mean, I don't agree, but I'm also not running to the window to bet Boston. I don't know. Part of my not getting down on Boston has to do with the series price I'm riding already. You would think that Golden State's going to make the proper adjustments, right? You would think that you're just not going to get that bad of a game again from Draymond. Like, we know Draymond's not going to score, but like the way he didn't, I mean, if Draymond's not scoring, that's fine based on the way he impacts the game, right? But he wasn't impacting it at all. He was only impacting it in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you would expect that he is going to be significantly better this game, right? I don't know. I mean, one thing we talked about in the last show, and I remember DJ brought it up, and it was a very good point. Boston, as good as impressive as they've been this playoffs, they've been a little weird, right? Like, they blew that game 5 when it was 2-2 at home against Milwaukee. They lost as 9-point favorites in game 6 at home to a garbage ass Miami team. Like, they've in spots where you're like,
garbage ass Miami team.
Garbage, trash. That was one of the worst one-seeds I've ever seen in my life. I mean, horrible.
We got to talk about that later, man. We gonna have to talk about that later, man.
Okay, if Jimmy Butler's not on that team, they're not not even winning a playoff series. Like, they're not. They're anyway. But
I agree.
you just, I don't know. I mean, there's been spots where you think Boston's just ready to, ice it, finish it, lock it down. And they've kind of, laid weird eggs. So like that's kind of been in the back of my mind all day. Like, are we gonna this is huge from a mental perspective. You win this game, you're up 3-1. That's probably a wrap, right?
Yeah.
And if you lose, all that, all that shit's out the window, and it's a 3-game series with you having to win minimum 1 on the road. So it's a very, like, this is a enormous, pressure. Look, it's the finals. Every game is huge, right? But like this is from a psychological standpoint. You win this game, it's over. You lose, I still think they're going to win, but yeah, it's a big difference.
And that's why I think Golden State is going to win tonight, because Boston has been weird. I think that Golden State being there, they're going to make the necessary adjustments. And I feel like that it's going to be a completely different game. The thing with Golden State is that they haven't really closed in the fourth. They've been having a lot of bad fourth quarters because they should have been up 2-0. They had a bad fourth quarter. And
11 points in the fourth quarter of last game. 11.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then the last game, 11 points. So
and he conceded. He conceded with like 2.5 minutes left. They was down 14. Yeah. He conceded. I'm like, this is the NBA Finals. That's why I was like, Steph hurt. I was like, Steph is hurt. But he wasn't. But yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just saying, like, 2.5 minutes in the NBA Finals conceded, and you got Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Yeah, like the fourth quarter has really been doing them in. Like, people was talking about how good Boston is, but if the Warriors just play a decent fourth quarter, we have a totally different series. Like, they win blank in the fourth quarters, in multiple fourth quarters, and we're not used to seeing that from them. And so I feel like that that because of Boston being a weird team, the Warriors being in the finals so many times, they're going to make the necessary adjustments, and then they're going to be able to win. And as we saw, when they came back down 18, if you get that crowd out of it, bruh, it'd be quiet up in there. Like, if they start going on one of those Golden State runs, and they can get the crowd to be quiet, then you have a totally different game plan, and the series is different because now the crowd is not a factor.
Yeah,
but those people that say that,
shut up all those Klansmen.
Exactly. And so, if you can go on a run, take the crowd out of it, and they can have a decent fourth quarter. I ain't even talking about a great fourth quarter. They could have a decent fourth quarter. I think that they'll be able to win based on what both of y'all said.
Yeah, fucking funny, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like you said, I felt strongly about Game 3. I feel like Boston's going to win tonight, but I'm not pouncing. You know what I'm saying, Mike? I'm not running in the window. I'm not betting. I think the line. I think 4 is fair. I think it's fair. And if I liked Golden State, I would look at the money line. I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. It's certainly possible that the wheels could fall off here. I mean, one thing we haven't even talked about, and it's probably nothing, but I mean, it is worth mentioning. That Steph leg injury. I mean, he said it was nothing. He said it's fine. He's going to say that no matter what. Who knows? We don't. That's you only. There was 2 days rest. So I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see right away, because even a halfway hobbled Steph, even Steph, anything less than 100. I mean, Golden State's drawn dead. We know Golden State is not going to win unless Steph is, hit very, very good.
Yeah.
We know Boston can win. We know, but that's the thing. We know Boston can win if Tatum has an off game. We know they can win if Jalen Brown has an off game. We don't know that we know Golden State, if Steph isn't, playing at a high level, they got no shot.
Yeah, because nobody from Golden State has really stepped up. I mean, Klay had a decent game, but as far as the other guys, nobody has put together 3 good games on Golden State except for Steph Curry. And so,
Yeah.
that's kind of like where they are.
We got some breaking news here, straight from our chief executive, our producer, the creator of Quality Sports, Dequan Young. You may remember he broke out he broke the news of Tim Tebow working out with the Steelers and being on the Patriots and all that shit back in the day. So this guy is reputable. Kenny Atkinson has been named Charlotte Hornets head coach. Kenny Atkinson. So thank you, Dequan, for that. We don't have a graphic for that, I don't think. But if we did, I would tell Quan to show they asked the graphic. But we're still getting stuff together here at Quality Sports here.
Man, I was kind of hoping Dan Toney was going to get it, even though I think he sucks. Like I think they would. I think like with LaMelo, like and some of the guys they got there, like I think they would be kind of at least fun to watch. I don't think they'd be very good, but they'd be fun to watch from like an offensive standpoint.
You got to consider that Jordan factor. Anytime you got to consider anything going along with, so if like you're a fucking loser, Jordan probably not gonna want to hire you. Like,
right.
At least
I always thought Atkinson got a raw deal in Brooklyn too.
Yeah, he did.
He's a good coach.
Yeah,
definitely.
He's like a respected guy around the league. I didn't really understand that.
Yeah.
If you're a winner at the craps table, Jordan gonna fuck with you too, though. So it's not just about basketball. So who knows? But shout out to Kenny Atkinson, man, getting that job. All right, so before we go, we gonna bring Schwab on. Kevin Sports 312. K Schroeder, the man with the plan. We're gonna bring him on. Shayne, I see you muted yourself. I appreciate that. So Schwab, are you here, buddy? I'll bring you on.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Schwab.
Yeah. Who was saying? I mean, in a vacuum, I think this should be Golden State because I think they know if they go down 3-1, that's a wrap. But you see some of these comments about getting upset about some of the chants that the Boston fans were making, and couple that with I don't know how healthy Steph Curry is. These guys are just so mentally soft right now. Again, Curry's health is somewhat of a question mark. If he's not 100%, they're done. Because Clay is not the Clay of old. Whether they realize it or not, Jordan Poole is the second most important player on that team right now.
Let me stop you right there before you make that point. You said Clay is not the Clay of old, but Clay is averaging the same amount that he's averaged throughout the playoffs for his career. Explain.
I mean, he's not having that same impact though. And part of it's just that the team isn't what it was when they were the 70 wins and all of that. But she's exactly right. Boston's had some really weird eggs this postseason, and in a vacuum, I think they would be due for one tonight, especially since Golden State, again, they have to know that this is it for them if they lose. But like I said, I think they're ready for that they're not ready for this moment, I guess would be a good way to put it. And I think Boston takes it tonight. I do like the under 213.5 though.
Think the game's going to tighten up a little bit?
Yeah, I don't see Golden State having that big. I mean, the over barely hit in the last game.
Yeah, well, I mean, but Golden State 11 points in the fourth quarter. I don't know shit about over-unders in basketball. But I would kind of lean more towards maybe for today's NBA at least being a little bit more of a defensive struggle, which is why some of those unders for some of these guys I think kind of makes sense.
Well, Golden State did that in game 1 too. Like they have that big third quarter and then they just went silent. Like they don't know how to close out anymore. And you're exactly right. When Steve Kerr, there's 2.5 minutes left, and I understand it's a 14-point game, but you're waving the white flag then? Seriously?
Well, I hear you. Because I put in the chat, in our chat, that the under was at I think 229.5 at halftime, and I was like hammered a damn Under. Oh shit!
Oh my God!
Talking about
Is that
the paint man?
Is that Things on Love?
Oh
Big Worm?
shit!
Is that Big Worm?
Oh
Big
shit!
Worm in the building.
We don't need the disrespect. We don't need the disrespect.
Oh, we need all the disrespect, but it's all good. Hold on. I wanna finish up Kevin's point, and then we're gonna get to you, Mr. Prentice Jackson.
Yes, sir.
First off, though, so yes, Schwab, I hear you. 213.5. I'm actually on the Warriors winning and the under, but I'm not gonna bet the under because I don't fucking know.
See, I think if the Warriors win, it's going over. Like that, me liking the under has a lot to do with, like, I don't think Golden State's gonna have that big offensive game. Like, if they get held somewhere between 90 and 100, I don't think Boston covers the rest of it. So I'm thinking something like 110 to 95 tonight.
Yeah, well, it was at 214 this morning. I thought that was kind of high. I still got Warriors and the under, but I'm not betting the under. But I want to. I really want to. But okay, we hit the over. You hit your over last game. I hit I hit a middle because I hit the under. I mean the over 212.5 last game. And then I hit that under 229.5. I knew that shit wasn't going to go that high. And I even looked live when the Warriors went on their run. It got all the way up to 233 live.
The books overreacted to that one big time.
Well, they overreact every game, and they always got an advantage on you too. And Shayne, you talk about this a lot. The book got 10 seconds on you. If you're not at that
minimum, they have a minimum 10-second advantage on you. Minimum.
Especially you stream the games like me, because I'd be like a minute behind. Like
I would not. That's one of the reasons I highly advise against live betting unless it's like halftime or the end of a quarter.
Commercials,
yeah, commercials. Any commercials fine too. Yeah.
Or if you're at the game,
this is why you listen to us.
Game, like, damn, what is the book thinking? But
we're giving you the keys to beat the sports books.
Remember, they have the ability to reject any bet they want. So they can, their software can reject it if they don't like it. And happens all the time.
Especially if you betting like soccer live or some shit. You bet like a soccer parlay or tennis. They'll get rid of your shit quick. Because they're like,
it's one of the shadiest things about bookmaking, and it's unfortunate because live betting is extremely popular. People love to do it, and they're just 9 out of 10 times getting ripped off.
If y'all want to hear more about this, though, man, tune in to Quality Bets, man. Me and Shayne, we the workhorses of that, and all the rest of the guys will be making their appearances, man. But Real Degenerates, #Real Degenerates. That's real hate. It's the year of hate. Speaking of hate, P-Jack, your ass act like you hate being with us, man. It's good to see you. Let us know your thoughts, man.
Yeah, what you got on the game tonight? Hurry up.
What's been going on? You know what I'm saying? This series, these playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, put his ass back on there, Quan. Put his ass back on. Put the spotlight back on that man. Let's hear from you, Prentice. What's up, bro?
One, P-Jack missed y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I've been seeing some of the stuff in the chat. Mike had some good plays last game. My God, I was so late jumping on that to get in. Damn,
try to give you the sauce, man. I had the sauce.
I lost some money last game, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that because I didn't partake in some of the plays y'all had, but I did see them. I appreciate them. Y'all out here doing your thing. I love it. I love it. And I just want to kind of get in the mix, kind of throw mine out there for this week. And like I said, hope we can all get paid. I missed what y'all said earlier. So what's the hot play for tonight? What's something that y'all like that I missed?
Quan, run through the graphics real quick. Show the graphics again. You got Jalen Brown under 24.5 points.
That's I like that.
Al, go Al, because we need Al to win the MVP. That way Shayne can get us all out of poverty. Over 10.5 points. I'm fading that myself. But that's one of our picks.
I kind of like that.
I got Golden State Warriors money line plus 138. So that's what we got tonight. And then Schwab, he likes the under. He likes the under tonight. Schwab, was your under at 213.5? That's where it was at.
Yeah, it's down to 213.5. It was 214 this morning.
Yeah, I saw that
I-
214
I'm-
too. So
I'm
213.
seriously surprised that there wasn't more movement on that. But I mean,
Well,
if 213 is still
Well, it wasn't no
that thing high.
injuries. It wasn't no injuries, and the game went over last time. Last game total was 216, and that was with Golden State conceded after with 2.5 minutes left and only scoring 11 points. And I think the Celtics scored 40 points that quarter too, something crazy like that. So it was a lot of. You just got to know how to book work, man. Like that's a good ass number. Like I ain't gonna lie, that's a good number for this series, man. So that's what we had tonight, Prentice.
I like all them plays. I think I have a theory that I feel like NBA playoff Friday night games is when all hell break loose. NBA can do what they want to do. You get a dirty ass matchup. It's gonna be a dirty, low scoring. NBA do what they want to do tonight because I don't think they get the viewership like they do on a Sunday or a Thursday night. It wouldn't like Golden State plus 4.5 to me is Lock City. Like I would bet the mortgage on Golden State plus 4 tonight. Jalen Brown, you said under 25. Was that Shayne?
Yeah, I'm on under 24.5 for Jalen Brown.
Love it. I could just see bad performances tonight in a low scoring game. Like it's Friday night. Golden State come out and win, take it 2-2. We go back to Golden State for game 5 with a tied up series. I'm not saying there's motives, but it always seems to play that way when you get a finals game on a Friday night. Always some bullshit seems to go down, and I can see that happening tonight.
And like I said, I'm on Boston plus 140 from before the series for the entire series. And I felt strongly Boston wins game 3. I think they're going to win tonight, but I don't feel great about it. And I also made a point too. I said, look, even if Boston loses tonight, I'm fine. I still think they win the series. I know they can go to Golden State and take one. I know it. Right. So I mean,
on the flip side of what I said earlier, where I think you're going to get an outstanding ratings boost if Boston wins tonight and go up 3-1. You got game 5 in Golden State, and you got game 6 Clay going to Boston on a closeout game. Everybody in the world is going to tune in to see how the fuck that is going to play out with Steph on the road in a closeout. Boston better win tonight, and that's why I don't think they will. I don't think Steph go down 3-1 tonight. NBA gonna muck this shit up tonight.
Well, it wouldn't
surprise me if Draymond finished with a fucking triple-double tonight.
Unfortunately for the Warriors, they don't have Kevin Durant anymore. What's that stat? They're 2-9 the last 11 games without KD in the finals. All that all that trash ass slander, all that trash ass. They've been slandering Durant for weeks. After every Golden State win, it's a joke. It's a joke. I mean, the way his name is just getting dragged by this Warrior fan base is ridiculous. Like they're I cannot believe I'm actually going to say this, but they are rivaling Boston fans for most annoying.
Well, I mean, it's they're already there, dude.
Two fan bases I cannot stand.
I mean, when you're throwing trash and T-shirts and shit at Charles Barkley on set, it's about as low.
Yeah, then these Warrior players are talking about these fucking Boston scum that are saying "fuck you." I mean, are you kidding me? What did you guys do to Cleveland a couple years ago? Like Jesus, it's amazing that somebody could actually make the Celtics fans look,
Especially to complain about that after the world saw what Trae Young went through in New York. Like I ain't really trying to hear none of that shit. Like
right, you saw how he embraced it. You see how Trae Young embraced it. He loves it. I mean, Jesus, dude, we're talking about Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, 2 fucking vets. You know what I'm saying? Guys that have been there, and you guys this is what you're gonna whine about. Draymond after the game to distract from how awful you were.
Yeah, he better perform.
You better. But all right, I gotta sign off. I'm gonna leave it on this note. Boston wins tonight, and Boston wins Monday. It's over in 5.
Ooh, baby!
It's over in 5.
All right.
Wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me either.
All right, boys, enjoy the game.
All right, Shane on Mac. Appreciate you, man.
All right,
Anything you
Shane.
bring. Go Al. Hashtag go Al.
Anybody got something to say towards that? I want to know, DJ. You didn't like that. What do you think about that?
Like, it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't see that happening, man. Like, I don't like in 5, like a gentleman sweep with this team. I don't see that happening. Like, it sounds good, but I don't think the Warriors would like come back to their crib and then just not show up for a game 5. Like, it'll definitely go to game 6. And you was talking about like game 6 Clay. We've been hearing about that all playoffs. He didn't mention it. And so like to me, that's more pressure added on him because it's like, all right, you've been talking about this and this game 6 for like all the marbles. Like we need a all time, we need a 30 piece, and we need to come out of here with a win. So like I think that will put way more pressure on the Warriors and especially Klay Thompson. But yeah, I can't see the Warriors losing, not like losing a game 5, especially with them just only losing once at home all playoffs. Like I just can't see them losing. Like if you tell me that Boston came and like closed them back out at home in game 6, and I'm like, all right, okay. But no, I don't see them losing like back-to-back games.
Okay.
No, guys. Well, like I said, I said it was either gonna be Boston in 6 or Warriors in 7. I knew Boston was gonna make Golden State work for sure, but at the end of the day, I'm always on. If you got the best player on the court on your team, you got a chance. And I've been riding Dallas all year because of that. Shout out, you know what I'm saying, my boy Luka. He was the best player on the court down there every series. It's just Golden State was too much for him. You know what I'm saying? They were just too much. But Steph is still the best player on the court. He's been there. He's done that. He showed y'all what it was in the first quarter, game 1. He showed y'all what it was third quarter of game 3, even though they lost both of those games. So I just feel like he gonna come out and have a good performance. But Boston, they own them damn ankles. They own his shit. Smart and Horford was on his shit. So
that's the thing is, I think this series comes down to what Boston's able to do. I mean, we've seen kind of 3 games of the same stuff from Golden State, and I mean, game 2 they ran away with because Boston stunk. But if Boston's on, yeah, they're taking it in 5.
Also, too, Mike, you said
Somebody
with Steph Curry being the best player, but you look at the rest of the rosters from performance in the playoffs and even this finals. Shit, the second best player is Tatum. The third best player is Brown. The fourth best player, might be Marcus Smart. So Boston got the next best 3 players that's playing right now in the finals. So Steph gonna have his performances. Steph gonna have his moments, and Golden State will always have their runs. What I've been most impressed with is Boston's able to take that blow and continue to come out and win them 2 games. So that's, usually, we talk about Golden State in the past, they come out on a run in the third quarter. A lot of times they bury your ass. They know coming back. They go on a 20-24 run, and ain't nothing you can do. Like, that, them shits don't happen no more. And teams can take them blows and keep playing and close them out in the fourth. And, Golden State ran out of gas. And that's what it looked like game 1. They kind of ran out of gas. And in game 3, they just beat them up. I mean, Smart, Tatum, and Brown, when the 3 of them play the way that they play, they're going to win this championship. If they get that consistent in their next 2 more wins. If they can get that 2 more times, this shit's over.
Yeah, somebody from Golden State got to show up. Like somebody, Wiggins got to have a game. Looney got to have like Draymond. Somebody else got to show up and show up for like four quarters, or at least show up in the 4th to go along with or like whatever Steph is doing. Like you can't have these good like first quarter runs and then I don't see you no more. Like somebody else got to make shots. And I would never thought that I would hear that like from like a Golden State team. Like, man, they got guys, but they not all showing up. Like like Wiggins could make shots, Poole could make shots, or Draymond could like impact the game in like different ways. But are they doing it? No, and that's where we at.
Boston's getting production from their role players, and Golden State isn't. Couple that with the fact that Steph, I mean, he's still a great player. Like, don't get me wrong, but he's not unstoppable like he was 5 years ago.
Oh, he's still unstoppable. He unstoppable. Golden State mantra was always strength in numbers. Right now, they don't have strength in numbers. That's just what it is.
Well, they do. They do. They just came across a team that has more.
Yeah, right. Facts.
It's still strength in numbers. You still getting Jordan Poole. You still get, Looney that showed out this playoffs, having career highs and shit. But then you had Al Horford, a career high in threes game one. You have Marcus Smart, 20-something points, 22, 24 points that day. You got guys on the other team that just had the numbers also. And that's just what it is this year. They facing an opponent that it's not just LeBron and the guys. It's not that this year.
Right.
And
even a guy like Derek White, he looked so trash that previous
Derek White.
And he having an outstanding final, defensively and offensively. I was wondering why he got minutes last series. He was awful, and
he having an amazing playoff set. Shout out to Coach Pop, man. Everything Coach Pop turned to gold. That shit is crazy. This dude is he's a legit. Derek White is probably the third best scorer on the Celtics. If we're gonna go that route, he's probably the third best scorer for what we see in his playoffs. Dude, he ain't looked at a shot. He's never saw a shot he ain't like. So we're gonna see. We're gonna wrap it up here. Quan, I can go through the bets one more time for anybody that got on late real quick, and then we can wrap up. I know the first bet that we had was Jalen Brown under 24.5. I think
that's the Shayne special there?
That's one of the Shayne specials. Shayne had two.
Okay. So
Jalen Brown under 24.5. We all like the under. Al Horford over 10.5 points. Shayne and DJ both like that. I took the under. And then I got Golden State money line. I found them at plus 138 on FanDuel Sportsbook. We also had Schwab. He likes the under. 213.5 is where it's at right now. I liked under 214 when I saw it this morning. I also like under 213.5. So that's what we got for y'all. Please tune back in. Good if it goes and Quality Sports Universe.
I got Golden State +4 at -112 on FanDuel. That's what I'm rolling with tonight.
Man, you might as well take that money line, dog. But that's what we got. Yeah, I take that money line.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what we got, y'all. That's what we got. Shout out to the guys, man. Shout out my second half of Good If It Goes. Jam, DJ, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to the other half of Good If It Goes. Culture, PJ, we're going to get that going. Because y'all know why they be pushing that Peyton Pritchard narrative. They don't be hearing. They don't be talking about Derek White. Y'all know why. Well, we ain't going to go there, though. Because this ain't
like that Tyler Hero shit.
Oh, y'all know why.
Oh, we know why.
We ain't gonna push that narrative here, though. This not the space. So Good If It Goes culture coming real soon. Quality culture. Ooh, quality culture. Ooh, that shit sound good right there. That sound like a goddamn a bougie clothing line, like that couture. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Schwab, aka Mr. Moneybags. He got that's a raw ass goddamn big emoji. Schwab trying to take my job, man. I just want the quality media universe to know that Schwab's trying to put me out. You know what I'm saying? Which is good because my next ask is gonna be crazy. I promise you. So, shout out to our man behind the scenes, Young Quan, aka Quan Young. Appreciate y'all, everybody for watching. Let's get it, y'all. This game 4, man. It's NBA Finals. Turn up, shit. Let's get it. Peace.